my friends and family know that like I love space, but they've all like realized that I haven't been going out with my telescope and taking pictures recently. It's been a thing that I've been like too afraid to like talk about to them. How do you explain that you're scared of basically the universe?
You are an amateur astronomer who is afraid of space.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How long do you think we do this for?
I don't want to do this game. This game always gets boring. Sorry. Hi,
Okay.
Lyle.
Okay, that answers that question. What's your name? Sorry, you just told it to me. Tell me again.
I did not tell it to you yet, but my name is Russ.
Oh. Russ, it says here that you're scared of the sun.
Yeah, man. I know this is going to sound kind of ridiculous, but like I'm honestly kind of legit scared of the sun and a few other things in regards to like space. It gives me honestly like an existential dread.
Why? Tell me more. Tell me more about why you're scared of the sun.
Okay, the first thing that I always say to my family that kind of makes them think I'm crazy is that like the light speed, right? It's really fast, like about 300,000 meters per second or something like that. To go to the moon, if you're going light speed, it would take about 4 seconds, but to get to the sun, it would take about 8 minutes, but they look the same size in the sky. Like, the sun is just gigantic, man. Stars are terrifying. And I don't think normal people realize that we just have this, like, massive ball of fusion in the sky, constantly doing its thing, powering all life on Earth. I don't know, man. It's such a weird balance of, like, fuckery that I just can't live with.
How often are you thinking about the sun?
I mean, I honestly think about this type of shit every day. I'm not gonna lie.
What's the first thing you think about typically when you wake up? Is it the sun?
No, no, definitely not. No.
Do you check your
know.
phone? Do you check your phone when you first wake up?
No, but I do check my laptop. I guess it's kind of the same thing.
What do you first go to on your laptop? What app?
What if I said Reddit? Would that be a terrible thing?
No, a terrible thing would be anything that's not the truth.
Well, I'm being honest with you, so I guess Reddit, yeah.
What subreddit do you go on? You just check home?
Nah, just browse popular, browse the home, browse, a few things. Kerbal Space Program, I like that subreddit.
Okay, all right, the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is you go to your laptop, you go to Reddit, and you try to find people talking about the sun on a space Reddit.
I mean, Kerbal Space Program is like a video game where you build rockets and you go into space and stuff.
It's a video game.
But like, I do have a telescope, and I am like an amateur astronomer and stuff too. So like, this type, like, I don't know why, man. Like, looking through my telescope has been a thing I haven't been able to do recently because like I just stare into the void of space and I see all like the stars and shit, and it just like actually starts to freak me out.
I haven't told my. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll save my shit for the end. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say like my friends and family know that like I love space and shit, but they've all like realized that I haven't been going out with my telescope and taking pictures recently, and it's been a thing that I've been like too afraid to like talk about to them because like how do you explain that you're scared of basically the universe? I don't know. I sound crazy.
You're an amateur astronomer, which by the way, I've never heard a single person ever describe themselves as that. I find that very impressive. You are an amateur astronomer who is afraid of space. That's like if you were a hot air balloon conductor who was afraid of heights, or an exterminator who was afraid of bugs, or a doctor afraid of blood.
Yeah, but I don't get paid to like look at the stars or anything, though, right?
No, but this is not about money. This is what you do. You're an amateur. You described yourself. You describe yourself as an amateur astronomer. That's not a normal thing that people say about themselves. This is what you do. From what I am hearing, from what you're telling me, this is what you do.
I think you're maybe putting too much weight onto the two words amateur astronomer. I just kind of like use that as like a descriptor for like people that like to use telescopes and like do research on what they're looking at and take pictures and stuff like that.
On a scale, are you an amateur astronomer, or are you a guy who owns a telescope?
To me, they're one and the same, because it's like saying a musician is someone that can own a guitar, right? And plays the guitar.
I'm really sad now.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Lyle.
Yeah, you disappointed me a lot. I thought you were an amateur astronomer.
No, I don't write down like numbers and do calculations and like all that type of stuff. But like I would, when you go onto like the subreddits, everyone talks about how they're amateur astronomers and they just like take pictures of stuff. I don't know, that's what I thought they were called.
So, at some point, there was a little stretch of time where you were really into space, but not yet afraid of it. What did that look like?
Excitement, I guess. Like I would go out like every clear night that I had the chance, you know, like taking pictures of like I don't know any names right now, man. I'm kind of nervous. I'm sorry. Some of the terminology is escaping my brain, but like I would take pictures of like, I know that Andromeda Galaxy is a great one, for example. It's one of the most famous ones. Some of the nebulas. I don't know. I would get excited about looking at the stars and looking at the moon and things like that. But over time, it just started like creeping up on me, like the distances between these things and the sizes of these things, and compared to me, like I'm just so fucking tiny.
Dude, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing.
Or it's like this tiny speck, man, floating on another tiny speck in the grand scheme of the universe. And I think I just spent too much time thinking about it.
Like, imagine how small our brains are. We are nothing. We are tiny, insignificant little bugs. And if a giant thing wanted to come down here and kill us all, he would be well within his right to do that, because whatever it would be bigger and smarter. As much as we're well within our right to kill a little ant. You know, that's how much we suck and are nothing.
I just think that, like, I feel as a human and being brought up in modern society, I feel like more humans need to kind of have kind of a similar feeling to me, because I think it's, I'm not trying to say I'm anything special or like smart or anything, but like I think.
Well, you hold on. You described yourself as an amateur astrologist.
Astronomer.
Okay, astronomer, astrologist, or whatever. But you did that, and you need to accept the fact that you did that. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mislead. I didn't mean to mislead with those
I forgive
terms.
you. I forgive you. I forgive you. It's okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I kind of lost what I was going to say. I don't remember.
You were trying to say that everyone else should be as afraid of space as you are. That's what you were saying. Why do you feel that way? To some
degree, because it's very much humbled me in my day-to-day life, and not being so worried about the small things, like my cat just puked on the floor. Like I'm not going to get like upset that I have to clean up puke or something like that. You know?
Yeah, it's what's his name? God, Carl Sagan. No, it wasn't him. Did Carl Sagan do this, or did he just talk about it? Or it's the pale blue dot. That photo.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Carl. I think it was Carl Sagan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Who cares? But there's a famous picture of a pale blue dot, and it's like a little. It's like taken. It's a telescope that was taken super far away, and took a picture of the Earth. And the Earth looks like a little pale blue dot, and you're supposed to look at it and go, "Damn, that girl not texting me back is nothing," you know.
Yeah, I think it was like Voyager 1 or Voyager 2.
That's why Carl Sagan wanted them to take the pictures, because a girl wasn't texting him back, and he wanted to just realize how insignificant that was. That's why he took the picture. I don't know if he took the picture or if he asked someone to take it, or if he didn't do anything. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask if you knew that they took pictures of all the planets in the solar system, like the major ones. Like at one point in time? No, with the pale blue dot, like in the same. It was like a panoramic type thing.
No, I'm not an amateur. I'm not an amateur astrologist. So, are you? What was I going to ask you? Oh, okay. I want to hear more about how this has humbled you. I want to hear more about how do you live your life differently now that you've internalized that you don't matter in the grand scheme of the planets?
That is a very loaded question. I think that it's made me honestly more reclusive, and it's made anxiety worse. And even though I think that at the same time people should have like a similar feeling to me about being tiny, I think I go overboard on that and just think about it all the time. So like, if the way it's affected my life, it's been, I guess, not very good. It's been a negative.
Okay, so you came to the right conclusion, which is that you don't matter and you're insignificant. That's true. It's really a true thing. But you're using that information in the wrong way. You're using it to be anxious. Well, tell me why does that make you anxious that you don't matter?
Not so much that I don't matter. It's just that like I'm at the whim of the universe, you know, like whatever, like
the whim of the universe. Just
as like stars and planets form and galaxies form, just like through physics, and life has formed, in my opinion. I'm not a religious person, through physics. And if God created physics, then God, whatever, you know, like, I don't want to get in that right now anyways. But like, I am just as natural as the planets around me and like the atoms around me, in my opinion, because I'm also atoms. So like, I just fundamentally feel as if just as the universe got created, I could just be destroyed in an instant, or like something else could happen. I don't know, like being a squishy meat sack is like part of my fear and the whole existential system of like planets and systems. Like, I don't know, like I'm just a squishy meat sack, and like, I don't know how to describe it. It's I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like a fear of not being in control. You're at the Earth's whim.
Yeah, like I'm just so small, and humans are like,
that's it. You've come to the realization of your own fragility, and it's scary.
Yes, I guess so. At the end of it, it's like I'm so fragile.
You're so fragile. You're so fragile,
and it terrifies me because like anything could happen. Like anything, and I like literally. And I'm not actually afraid of death.
But why not look at it in a more positive way of like, well, I'm fragile, but so is everyone around me. Even the most like even whoever we think is the most powerful person, they're just a fleshy little meat sack. Nothing matters. There's no. Why not just be like, all right, so I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna eat my little food. Eventually I'll return to the universe as some other thing, but this is my little time in the flash. Let me hang out with people and eat stuff and watch TV, and like then it'll be over.
The thing is, though, that sounds very nice, and I've tried. Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm in counseling, gone for counseling. Like I've definitely tried these things, and like, okay, it's that like every single time I go outside, I look down at the ground, and all I can imagine is this huge, gigantic ball underneath me, and I'm just like this tiny thing on top of it. And just like if you were to go into the forest and see a huge bear in front of you, you'd be scared. Yeah. That same fear is applied to just looking down at the ground.
Wow.
Or like looking up at the sky.
What did the counselors tell you? I'm curious what they have to say. They're also fragile little meat sacks.
The thing is that I haven't even been able to talk about this in counseling because of like so many other anxieties that I have about other things.
Do you do any? Like do you do anything that makes you feel calm and okay?
I'm a musician as well, and I'm not going to lie about my aptitude in musicianship. I've taught myself music theory over the past 5 years. I am a musician. I'm not. And if you don't think I'm an amateur astronomer, I'm definitely a musician when I use that term. So
respect.
I play bass.
Respect. And when you play music, you feel okay. You feel like you're in the flow state, and you're not thinking about the fact that you're an ant.
Yes. Yes. I am only focused on the music. Yeah. It's one of the few things.
That's cherish that shit, dude. That's the stuff like that is it's really the only stuff worth doing, I think. The stuff that gets us in that flow where we're not thinking about the future or the past. We're just in the fucking zone.
I agree, man.
But also, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of, but I don't know. There's a lot of bad stuff that does that for you too, like heroin.
I think I think even the anxiety itself is a flow state, but like it's just one that you can't control, you know?
That's why people get addicted to heroin, is because it puts them in the moment, and it's such an attractive feeling, and that's why we chase it with heroin and music. Sometimes at the same time, chasing the dragon. What's your favorite planet?
My favorite planet? I guess I would say Jupiter, honestly, man. I love Jupiter. Why
Jupiter? All right, so you're terrified of Earth, but Jupiter's like, dude, isn't that crazy? Think about how big the Earth is, and Jupiter's like, fucking how many times bigger than the Earth?
That's what I'm saying about the sun, man.
It's crazy.
And you look at the moon. The moon's tinier than the Earth, right? And the sun and the moon look the same size in the sky, even though like the sun is like, I don't know how many times further away. Like it's so much bigger, and that's why I'm terrified.
Wow,
it's ridiculous.
Think about how small an extra large McDonald's fry is. It's like it's so tiny. Like the super size extra large McDonald's fries, you are getting nothing.
Like, are you talking about in the grand scale of the universe?
In the grand scale of the universe, you're literally getting nothing compared to Jupiter. It's so small.
Do you think that Subway should advertise their next sub as closer to the size of planets than the size of atoms? Because technically, I think even though we are very small, we're still like closer to the size of a planet than
Get
the
the
size
fuck
of an
out.
atom.
No, you're wrong. No way. Are you serious? Is that true?
I think so. That's
is a
something
$5 footlong? I don't know if they still do that. Is a footlong sandwich at Subway? I know they still don't do that. I go to Subway. I like Subway. Is a foot-long sandwich at Subway closer to the size of the Earth than the size of a single atom? Is that true?
Honestly, I feel like that was something I pulled out of my ass, but I'm curious now. I'm curious. I feel like it's true.
Someone in the comments section can answer this question for us.
And comment or chat, if I'm totally wrong, you just can ream my ass and tell me I'm stupid, because that's how it is.
Yes, ream the amateur astrologer, astronomer. I keep saying astrologer. I don't think that's okay. I don't know if that's a word. I mean astronomer.
Astrology is like star signs. Like I'm a Pisces or whatever. I think I don't even know what astrology.
What's your star sign?
I honestly I don't follow that stuff. I don't know. I don't believe in astrology. I believe in astronomy. So I don't follow any of that stuff. I'm sorry.
Are you in a relationship of any kind?
No, unfortunately not.
What do your friends and family think about how terrified you are of the sun?
So I haven't expressed my total anxiety about it, but they know I have some existential dread, but not so specific about the scale of the universe and planets. But they've all been pretty supportive. It's just it's been difficult to go outside every day, and I'm not even joking. I know that might sound like an overstatement, but sometimes it's hard to go outside. So it's been difficult to actually form a bunch of relationships. I only have a few friends, and most of them I only communicate nowadays through the internet. So it's a bit difficult.
Brother, what's your name again?
My name's Russ.
Russ, you're a good guy, Russ. I mean, I mean, you seem like you have what I would call a respect for life. You have a respect for life.
Respect for life.
You have a respect for life, and you seem like a cool guy. Doing your music thing, looking through your telescope, doing your amateur astronomy. Hang in there.
Thank you.
Try your best to not have an existential crisis every time you look at grass. Why not? Next time you look at grass, instead of having an existential crisis, why don't you just be look how beautiful this fucking grass is. You can make that decision.
It's been honestly, Lyle. Now that you say that, the past couple weeks, it's been really nice weather. I've been sitting outside a little bit more, and I've been looking at like butterflies and like caterpillars and shit, and like it's honestly been blowing my mind a little bit because I've been spending so much time inside looking at like TV screens and shit for the past like 2 years or so, I'd say. And it's like looking at grass and looking at trees and looking at like insects. It's just such a beautiful experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, my final message to all the people at home, if I could say one thing, it's get off your computer and go outside and look at bugs.
I agree. You're gonna. I know how at the end of every phone call you ask like people their last thing, but I don't even need to say a last thing. I agree with you, man. That's the last thing I would say.
Have a good night, Russ.
Have a good night, Lyle. Thank you.
I killed an ant. Ugh. I was at my desk and there was an ant, and just instinctively, I didn't think about it, but I killed the ant. And I felt bad because I'll think about the stuff that me and Russ were talking about, and it's like that ant is comparatively as big as I am. Like, there's not that much difference between me and the ant, and I killed it because for no reason, really. I mean, if the ant was like another person, I probably wouldn't. I mean, if there's an intruder in my home, I guess I would. I mean, I don't know if I would have killed him, but it's an ant. Why would you? I don't know. I'm gonna try to kill less ants. Has anyone ever played the Ant Bully video game? That's like Grand Theft Auto, but instead of killing people, you kill ants. All right, that's it for my post-call thoughts. Attention listeners of the Therapy Gecko podcast. Did you know that I do a live version of this podcast on stage, in person, in front of real people, and that I'm doing this live show in several cities across the United States this year, and that tickets are available right now at therapygeckotour.com or at the link in the episode description? It is all true. I'm currently on my third tour doing Therapy Gecko live all around the country, and it is the most fun, sick, amazing thing ever, and you should come out and be a part of it. The shows involve a mix of material and presentations from myself, combined with a group Gecko therapy session where members of the audience come on stage to share things from their lives in front of a big group of people, just like we do here on the podcast. Whether you're a fan of the podcast or you have no idea what this is and you clicked on it by accident, you're going to have a great time at the live show. Once again, tickets are available right now at therapygeckotour.com or at the link in the episode description. These are really fun shows. They're always wild, they're always unpredictable, and I hope to see you guys there.
Hello?
To whom do I have the pleasure? To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
This is Brian. I got a speakerphone for you, by the way.
That makes me
How
very
have
happy.
you been?
I've been okay. I've been feeling calm. I've been managing anxiety. I drank a melted Twix bar in a bottle. They sell that now. That was my blunder of the day, but I did do that, and I'm glad I did, just so that it's one of those things where you walk. There's a little place I go to every day for the past. I've been going there every day for a week, and every time I go in there, I pass by the liquefied Twix in a bottle, and I knew the second I saw it that one day I would have to find out what that tastes like. And today was the day, and I almost feel like it was a healthy thing to do, because I don't think I'm gonna have it again. I just satisfied my curiosity, and that felt like enough. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully I'm not. If I come back here tomorrow and I said I got another one, then call someone. Call someone. I need help.
So you said it was like a Twix drink?
Yeah, it's like a Twix drink. It's like a fucking. They have them in Twix, Snickers, Bounty. That's fucking crazy. I don't know who's drinking these. I see
guess
so many
you-
things at the grocery store. And I'm like, who the fuck has this as a regular part of their of diet? It might be me one day. But we're gonna stop talking about this. I'm gonna put a pin in this. What is your name one more time? And I promise I won't ever forget it ever in my life.
I'll just go by bruh, but I wanted to talk to you about your e-bike interest.
My e-bike interest. When did I talk about being
Yeah.
interested in? I am interested in e-bikes, but when did I mention that?
So I was watching. Sorry, let me get back off speaker. I was watching some of the clips. I think it was from a video posted like 2 days ago,
Okay.
and I saw you talking to somebody about them like loving their e-bike, and you were like, "I'm interested in an e-bike," but
Yeah.
dude, I've been riding my e-bike. I traded a fucking guitar for an e-bike,
Yeah.
and it's been the greatest trade in my life. Like,
ooh.
I ate shit on my e-bike, but I got a scar now, so that's kind
Ooh.
of cool. But
Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Let's stop right there because I am very interested in e-bikes. I just moved to New York. I don't have a car. I'm trying to get around, zipping around with the e-bike now. So I've been looking into those. But the one issue I have is that I'm very afraid I'm gonna die and get hit by
so
a car.
yeah, if you're afraid you're gonna die, if you know what a Suron is, do not buy one of those. I don't have a Suron. I researched them because I want one in the future. I know I'd kill myself on one. Those get up to like 50 miles an hour.
Fuck that!
but
I don't need that.
Yeah, that's like Death Trap extreme. But I've got a Super 73. It's like a Z1, I think it is, and it gets up to like 28. It's
I
like a
have
Class
no
2 e-bike,
idea
and
what you. I don't know what you just said. You said it was a Z. What the fuck did you just say?
yeah, it's
You said a
called
bunch of random
Super
numbers and letters.
73.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a Class 2 to where it only gets up to like 28 miles an hour to where it's
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
super
Okay.
nice.
I
doing that.
I was on all the websites and stuff, and I researched the little classes. And I saw Class 2 is the one where it's not too crazy. So I'm looking for a
Yep.
Class
So
2
like Class
e-bike.
3, you can get pulled over and they'll take it. Like they'll take it and you won't see it again. Class 2, it's like I don't even know if they'd even pull you over for it.
Do you need a license? This is so funny. People who are listening to this podcast for the first time and tuning in, and they just get a
just hearing an
conversation
e-bike
about e-bikes.
commentary.
Well, all right. Well, tell me about your life. Where do you ride this e-bike around?
So I live in the mountains. I'm in like western North Carolina. So I'm at like 3,000 elevation. So there's a lot of hills like up and down. So I got to work on my brakes a lot. But if you're in a flat area, wherever you're at, and you're wanting to e-bike around, it is 100% worth it because that's even less maintenance than I'm doing.
What's your life like in western North Carolina? How do you pass the time as you slowly die?
Mostly just doing shit that interests me. I'm probably going camping on Friday.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. If you get in that thought loop in like western North Carolina, like what do I do today? You aren't going to do shit because you will just get in that loop of this town is empty. But I find shit to do, I guess.
Tell me what shit you find to do in western North Carolina.
So mainly I've been getting into like mycology, like studying mushroom shit.
Cool.
And that's been so awesome. I just did. So I don't even want to explain it. It's way too much. I did like some genetics on a piece of goop and then put that into a jar, and now that can grow into mushrooms eventually. But I've got some lion's mane going on my fridge right now. It's about to fruit again.
That's cool that you can turn street cum into a psychedelic drug.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. And they just ship it all around everywhere. Like I could buy like gallons of that shit, and it's legal. But whenever I make it go freaky fruit, then it's illegal. So it's weird.
So is that how you make a living? Is selling mushrooms?
No, I do it like a personal thing. I don't really want to do wholesale or anything like that because unless it's like a legal one, it's not very fun, and I don't really want to go to jail. But That'd be sick as fuck to have like a trailer going eventually where it's just like all legal mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
that'd be
sick.
cool. Well, what's the you seem all right, let's get into this part. Let's get into this. You seem like a pretty chill guy. Is there anything wrong with you? By the way.
Oh my
Do
fucking god! I'm so
you don't have
sorry
to.
I had to tell you about this.
No. You don't. I was okay. I was gonna say you don't have to dig deep to find something if there's nothing. But
Oh no,
I'm sorry.
dude, I
Go,
didn't even
tell
move.
me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Don't be
moved
sorry.
my
I
eye
asked.
to the left a little bit, dude.
Don't be
I've
sorry.
got,
I asked.
Bathroom, a whole bathroom downstairs in my apartment full of clowns. Like, if I counted, I think last time we counted we're at 88. I swear to God, I'm at 100 now. Yeah,
Clowns?
chat like in that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Like little figure dudes. Like, you ever go to Goodwill and you see like grandma died and they took everything in her house and put it on the shelf? I buy the clown shit.
Because the way that you were describing this was not as if you were collecting them. It was if they were in your house multiplying of their own volition.
I don't even know if it's
will.
a collect. One's haunted. I'm not even like, I'm not paranormal. None of that. I have videos of that shit making noise on its own multiple times. It makes no sense.
What made you want to start collecting clowns?
They started appearing at my Goodwill a lot, and I was just like, who's gonna collect these? So I know there's someone else that had them, but I just started seeing them like fucking everywhere, and I was like, well, there's got to be something behind this. So I just started getting them, and I was like, this is a joke. But it started filling up my bathroom, kind of like some crazy maniac thing. But I mean, they're on the walls, they're on the floor. I can send a picture if you want, if you don't believe me. I mean, I'm a clown maniac now. I don't even know how this happened.
What is it you like about the clowns that compels you, that draws you into them?
I don't even know, man. I was looking at them today, like just staring at the wall, because there's one picture on the wall where it's just like a ton of clowns that are looking at you. But I was just kind of looking at it and thinking, they're looking at me like I'm the clown, but they're the clown on the wall. I don't know. I feel like there's supposed to be some kind of deep thing with all the clown shit, and that's what a lot of people expect. But I swear to God, I don't even know why I started collecting it. It was just like, oh, there's that. Well, there's another one. Oh,
tell me more. Tell me more what you mean when you say that they look at you as though you were the clown.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's what they're trying to say is they look like I'm looking at the one, it's above the toilet. I try to face them to where they're all looking at you. Like, if I had a friend come over and take a shit, like they're all looking at you while you're taking a shit. But there's one in particular on the wall that's like pointing, like he's in full makeup and a painting and he's pointing at you. And it's just kind of like, I was just kind of getting the idea like, hey, this is you, but it's actually, dude, you're the clown on the wall.
Do you ever feel like a clown?
Sometimes. It's been getting better though. It's like off and on.
What are the times in which you feel like a clown?
I don't even know. I guess whenever I'm in the clown bathroom. Gotta blend in.
Are you, so you believe that these clown, sorry, my throat it's covered in Twix. You believe that you're in danger of some kind? Do you believe you're in danger?
I don't think so.
Do you believe in haunted things?
I don't believe in them until it like looked at me straight in the face whenever one was just like, it's one of them's a music box snow globe mix, and it's just sitting like on the ground next to a couple of other ones that look just like it, but like just different music boxes. And that one's just made noises, and I haven't fucked with it at all. And I've just gotten home, walked around, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it's like just eerily, quietly playing. I opened the bathroom door, and it's just singing at me, and I'm freaking out. But I don't know.
Do you live
alone?
alone?
Someone's not possessing that. No, I have a roommate.
What do they think of the clowns?
I don't even know. It's not even what he thinks about the clowns. It was like the first time his girlfriend went to the clown bathroom. Because she was like, do you have some deeper psychological issues? And I was thinking like, no, I just think they look funny. But
Do you think you have deeper psychological issues that have drawn you to clowns?
maybe, but they're so deep they're not showing themselves.
Hmm.
You want to dig it out for me?
Sure. Yeah, I can try to do that in 5 minutes. Let's see. Well, I asked you. I asked you if there was anything wrong with you, and it doesn't seem like there is. It seems like you actually live a pretty beautiful existence in Western North Carolina. I like your life. I think
Thank
your life
you.
likes you.
Dude, I'm so excited to meet you. I'm seeing you. I think it's in September or October. Whenever you're coming to
Oh,
Charlotte,
cool.
North Carolina.
Oh yeah. I'm coming to Charlotte. Fuck yeah! Now when you see me, you can be like, I'm the guy with the clown bathroom. And,
That's what the dream was. Like, I'm gonna wake up in a second, but
well,
that's so fucking crazy.
what do you do? How do you make money? How do you live?
I work on computers at my job, so like I fix like MacBooks and shit.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yep.
How'd you guys meet?
I met her kind of after high school because I was talking to her while I was talking to the girl that I was dating before, but I just thought that I'd just be friendly with her. And then eventually I just saw that she was a lot of green flags and not many red flags, so I just started dating her. But it's been 2 years now, and it's been amazing. I mean, dude, she crocheted me a fucking clown, if that tells you anything. That's how deep she is in this.
That's very nice. Oh, so she's supportive of the clowns.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no
Really
option.
nice. That's really nice. Well, what's your name? Oh, wait. I promise. I told you I would never forget your name, and I'm not going to. It's Bruh. You said Bruh, but
Yes,
I think
sir.
before that you said Brian or Bryant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Bryant, I don't know what I think. I actually think you might be the first person to whom I could ever say the clowns are keeping you sane.
It could
I
be.
wouldn't.
It could be.
I really mean this, Bryant. I wouldn't touch a single variable of your life. Like you're living a solved Rubik's Cube right now, and part of that solved Rubik's Cube involves having 100 clowns in your bathroom. And so don't touch anything. Just don't. Just keep.
Should I write that on the wall? In the
Write what on the
bathroom?
wall?
What you just said.
Oh, please
right
write
now
it
on the wall. I've got. Okay, so right now on the wall we've got one clown that says, "I know if you wash your." I didn't write these either. I know if you washed your hands or not. That's one clown.
Hold on.
Another one says.
Who wrote them?
My friend Gabe. He came over and.
Okay, I thought you were gonna be like they wrote them themselves during the night.
Oh yeah, the clowns wrote it. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, one of them says, or the second one says, "I stay busting and gushing," and then the third one's facing you, like at the toilet while you're taking a piss, and it says, "Maybe it is small."
And hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Bryant, is there anything you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
I love you.
That's really sweet of you to say, Bryant. Don't change anything about your life. You're living exactly perfectly, okay?
Thank you, Lyle.
Bye, Bryant.
I'll see you soon.
See you, baby.
See ya.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, who's this?
What's your name?
My name is Timmy. What's yours? Who is this?
My name is Lyle.
Oh, this is the Lyle, the Gecko. Wow.
This is
Hello.
Lyle the Gecko. What's up, Timmy? Like Timmy Turner. Timmy was an average
sir.
kid. What a sad first line of a song. Timmy was an average kid that no one could understand. It's crazy. Isn't that that's like a contradiction? Being like, how can you be both an average person but also be someone that no one can understand? You know what I mean?
Are they trying to... Yeah, no, I get it.
But
I
how?
definitely
But
feel, yeah.
How do you get it? Because it's directly comparable. Because if somebody's really average, you would think like they're average. That means that they have so much in common with they experience the average person's experience, and thus they would be easy to understand. But how in this situation you're both difficult to understand and average, which doesn't make sense. Timmy, what's up? How's life? What are you doing? What's up? What's going on?
My life is doing great actually now. Up until very recently, started this year, I was massively suicidal. But I had ketamine therapy, intravenous therapy.
Ooh.
Now I'm doing just great.
Ooh, okay.
Awesome now.
Slow your roll real quick. So you did ketamine. I had a buddy of mine do ketamine therapy, and he told me it was like life-changing, it like restored his will to live type of shit. And I thought that was incredible because I've never done. I've kind of pussyfooted, back when I was in college in the universe of like antidepressants, but I haven't dove back into anything like that recently. Tell me about your ketamine therapy experience.
Sure. So just a little bit of history on me. I had an undiagnosed major depressive disorder from high school onward. When I got on to college, I became massively depressed, suicidal, in fact. Remained that way for about 6 years. Tried all kinds of antidepressants, exceeded the FDA recommended outpatient dosage on one by 33%, something like that. So, I've been through the ringer, and therapists were useless. I had taken multiple, I'd experimented with drugs, taken multiple psychedelic drugs, DMT, LSD, you name it. I mean, I was like, oh, yay, life is cool, but didn't really help me. Then I, just recently my parents found ketamine therapy for me, and that did the trick. I'm no longer suicidal at all. I no longer consider myself, I do still take a daily antidepressant. Let me get that out there. But it really only mildly helped. I was very depressed and a bit anxious. I now no longer consider myself either one of those things.
Wow, that's fascinating. So here's what I want to know. Well, actually, my main curiosity, I'll get to that. But what did you actually do? How long did you do the treatment for? What was it like?
Right. So the initial treatment was across 2 weeks, 6 treatments. It was intravenous ketamine therapy. So you go into their office, it's inpatient. They have medical professionals there to make sure you don't die. They get you hooked up to all these different vitals, and then they say, okay, we're going to stick a needle in you, and then an IV drip, and basically for 40 minutes you are given intravenous ketamine, about a dosage per weight. And they would generally bring it up if they thought you'd benefit from it. And you kind of trip for 40 minutes, then you have about 20 minutes of kind of cool down, basically just kind of being less nauseous, giving anti-nausea drugs too. And then you're out in like an hour and a half, less than 2 hours. You can't drive yourself, there and back because, you're all loopy after. But so that initial treatment, I think, really changed my life for me. Now, the effects of ketamine are, like antidepressants, they're transient. So the effects wear off after some time. I currently get boosters every 8 weeks, but I've never had any major depressive symptoms in the meantime. But
so wait a minute. So slow down real quick. So you did this one intravenous session, and that was it? Did you do any other intravenous sessions?
Yes, I started with 6 across 2 weeks.
Six across the course of 2 weeks, or 2 weeks, 6, and then 2 weeks, and then 6 across the course of 2 weeks. That's intensive.
Yes. Yeah, it was. It was great though. I only had one bad trip, but I recovered from it on the next one. So
you did 6.
It was
you did 6. You did 6 across 2 weeks, and then a booster every 8 weeks after that.
Yes. And I do still take a daily antidepressant though.
And how long is it a thing where it's like 6 across 2 weeks and then you're done, or do you go back?
So you could be done after. Some people do it, sits across 2 weeks, and ketamine doesn't work for everybody, but some people, they take it and they're done after their first 6 sessions.
Wow.
Some people do finish.
Wow.
Now, for me, I had basically, honestly, the resources to continue to do it. And, I enjoy drugs, so I like doing it, and helps me mentally. But, and there's a lot of downsides to it, and I could talk about all those. But
so let me get to here's my main curiosity. Here's what I really want to know, and here's kind of like, it feeds into a battle that I have, in terms of a battle of like what contributes to a human being's happiness and how much of that is internal versus external. So tell me, having found a new lease on life in this change in your brain chemistry, what sort of external changes have you been able to make to your external life as a result?
Sure, that's a great question. So external changes are made as a result of my ketamine usage. So because I'm no longer depressed, I've realized that I really wasn't enjoying my job as an engineer. I have a degree in mechanical engineering. I realized that was making me miserable, and now I'm going back to school to become a high school math teacher.
Cool. Very cool. And you feel as though ketamine helped you make that decision or come to that conclusion?
Yeah, it allowed me to view my life in a much more detached way. Dissociation is one of the symptoms of ketamine. And it's like, sort of things in life happen to you and you react to them a certain way. And it allows me to have a new perspective on life where, bad weather, not bad climate. Sometimes it rains and I get all wet, but I know it'll be warm and dry again. But the difference is I no longer have the permanent clouds over my head like Eeyore that never seem to part,
And what other external changes? What about relationships, things like that?
I have made an effort to make more friends. I definitely believe that when I was at my lowest, I didn't have any friends. Now I have friends and a support network, and that really helps too.
Mm-hmm. Has it helped you be better in your existing relationships or find new ones?
I would say it has helped. I don't know if I'd say it's helped me find new ones. I'd say it's gotten me more proactive in trying to make myself more available to meet new people. But I'd say my relationship is definitely healthier with my whole family, because it used to be several times a week I'd call my mom or my dad and say, hey, I want to kill myself. I think about this all the time, every day. Help me, more or less. And, they can't do anything because they're, several states away. And now we actually get to talk about fun stuff because they're not constantly worried, am I going to off myself?
It's cool. That's cool. Man, what a crazy fucking time we live in. I wonder, I really do wonder, like, what the statistics are on, like, depression and anxiety, like, 100 years ago. Like, because, I don't know, back then it was like everyone just worked out in, I'm so stupid. Everyone, like, worked in fields and shit and fucking factories. And it's like, when you're assembling bottles of toothpaste, like, do you even have time to be depressed, or are you more depressed? I don't know. But we live in a crazy time where you can fucking take some ketamine and make your life better. Which, by the way, I guess I'm a fan of. I mean, we use a lot of modern medicine to make our physical bodies and minds better. So, go crazy. Take all the cocaine and ketamine you want.
Well, maybe that's careful though, because cocaine and ketamine are not the same.
I know. Timmy. I was joking. I was just joking.
No, it's fine. No, but to people at home, ketamine can be addictive. Don't source it yourself and do it yourself, because it's what killed Matthew Perry. So be careful out there. Don't be like, I should go out and do a bunch of ketamine. No, it's addictive and it can kill you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. You know what? Yes. Yeah. No, Timmy, you're right. Fucking yes. A disclaimer for the folks at home. Timmy is talking about medically induced ketamine therapy. He didn't buy it from a guy in an alleyway and now he's cured. So if you're going to do this shit, if you listen to this call and you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah, because my buddy was telling me about ketamine therapy, and I was like, oh, fuck, I should give that a try. So if you hear this and you're like, oh, fuck, I should give that a try, don't Don't text a guy on WhatsApp about it. If call a fucking doctor. Before we go, Timmy, what's your dream? What's next? What are you gonna achieve with your life now that you don't want to kill yourself?
Right. So my most realistic dream is that I'm gonna go ahead and be a high school math teacher, maybe go on to community college for the next 30, 40 years. There's some other spicier stuff. We don't have to get into that though.
Spicier. So what kind of? I mean, by the way, that was quite a bait that you just pulled right there. There's some spicier stuff, but we don't have to get into it.
Right. Yeah, no, it's more or less political. I'm very upset with the current political network, and I'm like, I want to go out and try to fix that. But I don't know if your show needs to dive into the political stuff. But I'm very passionate, so you might be hearing more from me and about me in like 10 years, but we'll see.
That'd be so crazy if you were the president in 10 years, and then this phone call makes its way around the internet, and it's just me. In the video version of this, I'm shirtless. So I hope you become president so that this clip can go viral and everyone can, I guess, see what my shoulders look like. Timmy, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the... Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. Yeah, to the people at home, be kind to you, Gecko. I didn't pop into the stream, but there's some people in my life who've been having some, difficulties right now with self-worth. And I just want to make sure that you, Gecko, were very aware that, you had a positive impact on many different people. And no matter if anyone ever says anything mean to you or about you, you should definitely take that with a grain of salt, because you're going to focus on the negative a lot more than the positive. So you realize how much you've helped me and other people.
Thank you, Timmy. That's really, really, really nice of you to say. I'm gonna try to take that into account and not hate myself. That is very, very kind of you, Timmy. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you hate yourself, you're in a small company, because I don't think a lot of people hate you.
Thanks, man. So. Thanks, man. Thank you very much, Timmy. And congratulations, man. Congratulations on a new lease on life. I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, oh God, is this it? Is this life? If this is life, then I don't know. So it's glad to hear a story from somebody who felt that way and now seems to be doing pretty good. So I'm proud of you, Timmy.
Thanks. Yeah, if you can't get ketamine, get friends. They're almost as good.
If you can't get ketamine, get friends. I like that. Take care, Timmy.
You too. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Is this Lyle?
Yeah, who is this?
Holy shit. My name is Travis.
Well, Travis, what's going on? How can I get you today? How's life?
Well, life is pretty great, I think. Holy fuck, I'm so much more nervous than I expected.
Don't be. If you saw where I'm recording this right now, you would actually think that I am on the run from the law. So, well, this is a low pressure situation.
For a little bit. I popped in the stream for a little bit at first, and I saw you were half naked there.
I am half naked. The top half. The top half. So, you texted me something I thought was interesting. You said that this podcast helped you join the Pokemon card community. How the fuck did that happen? What does that mean?
I recently moved out of my house, out of my parents' house, into a pretty big city. And I found myself in the same problem that a lot of people on the podcast are, which is, how the fuck do I make friends? And I kind of was trying to think of all the hobbies and all the things I like. And something I'm really into right now is Pokemon cards. So I went on some Facebook group and I found a community that hosts markets once a month. And yeah, so now once a month, or now twice actually, I head out there and trade and sell and buy Pokemon cards. And I made quite a few buddies.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's so sick, dude. Oh, I love that.
I hear a lot of people, I hear you saying it a lot on the podcast, because I've been binge listening to them at work. And yeah, I was like, fuck, I got to do something about this. I can't just sit at home, play video games, and wonder why I'm not why I'm not going out, or where's all the people at.
Bro, I love that. I think that's awesome. I think that fucking rocks. Because that's what you need. Is to be a part of some kind of community of people doing some shit, and it could be anything.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what you've been repeating, right? If there's not already a community, then to create one. And I thought about that too, but I guess that's a much larger step to build something. But
yeah, why don't you host tournaments?
Yeah. So I don't even play the game. Funny enough, I never even tried. I only like them for the collectible side of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you could host, I don't know, galleries, I guess.
Yeah, well, there's this one guy that now they pretty much all know me pretty good now, and he hosts like monthly markets where it's just like a bunch of people getting together and like selling, buying, trading, whatever. And then you have other like meets, I guess, and it's fun. It's a fun time. It's a pretty good way to spend your Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm actually inspired hearing you say this. I got to go to more Melee tournaments. That was
right.
Kind of my big thing.
I hear you talking about it a lot. I really like Smash Ultimate, but I've never really played the older versions of the game.
Oh, you should. I mean, Smash Ultimate is for pussies.
I also, like, a few years back, I really wanted to get into tournaments, but like I was not. In my head, I wasn't good enough, I guess. So I never went out there.
No, what? Good enough for Ultimate or for Melee?
No, for Ultimate. Back when it came out, like a few years ago.
But Ultimate, you can go to you can go to an Ultimate tournament and just like fuck around. You know what I mean? you can't go to a Melee tournament and fuck around because it won't be fun. You won't like be able to play.
Because people playing Melee are extremely serious about it. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, well, because I mean, I'm gonna get granular about Melee because this is my fucking podcast and I can do whatever I want. And so, well, in Melee, it's like there is literally like the skill gap between people who know how to play the game and people who don't is like huge. Like there's literally like tech skill that if you don't know, you just can't play the fucking game. And in Ultimate, there's not. I mean, there's still strategy and shit, but there's not as much of that hardcore, you know it or you don't tech skill that Melee has.
Yes.
But you can. I mean, whatever. You can go. You can show up. You can jump around as Kirby. You can have a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you made some friends, bro. This is great. This is so cool. I'm inspired by this. I got to take my own advice. I got to run out. I got to do something. Who knows?
And there's a bunch of other things that I want to do that, like, not only you but people on this podcast have like inspired me to try.
Yeah, like what?
Through. Like I want to start to play piano again because I was taking lessons when I was like I don't know 12, 13 or something like that, and I should really pick it up again. And I really want to go play badminton again because I had a good thing going where there was a bunch of tournaments, and again you make a bunch of buddies, and you know it's a community. So that was also pretty cool. But after COVID, it kind of died down and never ended up doing it again. But now that I'm in the city, it's much easier. There's people everywhere willing to do anything, I guess.
Well, what's your name again, cowboy? Travis?
That's right. You remembered.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon. I really like Noivern. Are you into Pokemon at all? Like, do you know Pokemon?
Dude, what the fuck is Noivern?
It's like a bat with big ears, and it like kind of detects noise or something. I think it's pretty cool. It's like a dragon bat.
A dragon bat thing.
Do you expect Pikachu?
I guess I don't know. I mean, the last time I looked into Pokemon, they were doing fucking like they were making chairs into Pokemon. So
chairs?
Yeah, like Chairmon, or they made a chandelier into a Pokemon, and I was like, all right, you guys are out of Pokemon.
Oh, Chandelure is sick though. Chandelure is sick.
I'm sure he is. Travis, anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Yeah. I think everybody, you also, and everybody listening, I think everybody should have a more positive mindset when going out there and just, of everything, because I feel like people sound sad and sound, you know what I mean? You gotta,
yeah, dude. You
gotta be grateful, I guess, for being alive. And I always tell myself that it could always be worse. And whenever I had a shit day, I just tell myself, well, I could be in a car crash right now. And I think it helps me go through the day a little bit better.
Well, who's the therapy gecko today? Good luck, Travis. Take care, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Hello, folks. It's Lyle here. That's the end of this episode. But get this. I'm releasing a bonus episode this week. That's right, an entire extra hour of the podcast that you can listen to by becoming a premium member of Therapy Gecko over at therapygecko.supercast.com. Supercast subscribers get access to bonus episodes. They get a completely ad-free podcast feed of the regular show. They get recordings from my live shows, members-only streams, and they help support my ability to continue doing this podcast. So here's a clip from this week's members-only bonus episode.
I was just at the end of my rope, took a bottle of Ambien to the face, decided to fade out.
Oh, yeah.
And I woke up, stomach pumped, no idea where I was, man. 3 months of recovery turned into 6 months of recovery, turned into a year. And every year around this time, I do something unexpected.
See, it's very interesting to me because if I died and then I got like a second chance, I don't know. I guess it's almost like you're living on like bonus mode.
It's
like
exactly
you're on
the
New
feeling.
Game Plus.
For sure, it feels like New Game Plus. That's why I celebrate this time of year.
If you want to hear this full conversation, you can sign up to become a premium member at therapygecko.supercast.com or find the link in the episode description. That's therapygecko.supercast.com. All right, I have nothing else to say.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night. Therapy Gecko's doing it right, he's teaching you how to live your life, but he's not really an expert.